In the quiet town of Danvers, darkness fell on an ordinary school day, marking the end of Colleen Ritzer's bright life. What began as an after-school lesson in math turned into a chilling scene of violence that no one could have predicted. How did such horror strike in a place meant to inspire hope? And why did someone so young decide to turn to violence in such a shocking way? What was really happening in the mind of her killer? And why did the school become a place of unimaginable horror? Welcome back, everyone, to True Crime Desk. I'm Richard, and today's case is a kind of a strange one. I mean, they're all kind of strange, but this one really kind of hit me because it just goes to show you're not safe. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, you're just never safe. Now, Colleen, as you'll see in the story, was just trying to be a good teacher and trying to help one of her students out. And it just ended up in a horrible situation. So let's get into it. Now, Colleen Ritzer was 24 years old, and she was a math teacher at Danvers High School, which is in Massachusetts. And she was known to be kind, caring, and passionate about teaching. Now, Colleen loved helping her students and was always willing to offer extra help after school. She was really loved by her coworkers and her students. And outside of school, she was very close to her family. And Colleen's dream was to make a big difference as a teacher. Yeah, Colleen was known to be a really sweet person and just a good teacher all around and just trying to help do the right thing. And as you're going to see, just the horrible stuff happens to her. So let's move on. Now, on October 22nd, 2013, Colleen stayed late after school to help one of her students like she often did. And one of her students was named 14-year-old Philip Chisholm. He stayed behind. Now, Philip had recently moved to the area and was quiet in class, but Colleen had been helping him to adjust. Now, 14-year-old Philip, he'd only been at Danvers High School for about 2 months. Now, he had arrived at the start of the semester from Tennessee. Now, he was on the soccer team, but he didn't really have a lot of close friends, and his teammates didn't know him that well. Now, Philip's mom, Diana, had no idea where he was. He was supposed to come home straight after soccer practice. And as the hours went by and he still hadn't come home, she began to worry. Because he was new to town. He really didn't have any friends that she knew of. So, like I said, she began to worry. Now, Diana was in the middle of a pretty rough divorce from Philip's father, and that's why they moved from Tennessee to Massachusetts. And Philip was going through some difficult times himself, as you can only imagine, because divorce is really the hardest on the kids. And if you've ever been through that, you know what I'm talking about. Plus the fact that the move to Tennessee was something he didn't want to do, and he was definitely not happy about it. And he didn't like Danvers High School at all. He felt like he's being bullied. Yeah, divorce, if you've ever been through that, it is pretty rough. I mean, my parents divorced when I was 17, it still wasn't easy for me. So I can only imagine at 14. It's definitely something it's not easy to go through. And then moving across the country to a new school and not having any friends, that definitely can make you feel like you're alienated. And then the fact that he said he was being bullied, that's a whole other level there. Now, Diana kept calling Philip, and he wasn't answering his phone. So eventually at 6:34 p.m., she decided to call the police and report him missing. Now, they started searching for him immediately, and a couple hours later, the school principal sent out an email to all staff and faculty letting them know that a student was missing. And around the same time, the principal got a phone call saying that one of his teachers was missing as well. And it was later reported that Colleen and Philip were seen together in her classroom and that Colleen was giving him extra help. Now, the fact that he was one of the last people to be seen with her before her disappearance definitely raised red flags. Now, as you can see, the police didn't waste any time. They jumped all over this from the very beginning. He was reported missing, and they were searching for him immediately, which is what they should do, and they do nowadays. And then not long after, she was reported missing as well. So it was really strange, but they definitely didn't waste any time, and they solved this one pretty quick, as you'll see. Now, as I already mentioned, Colleen asked Philip to stay after class to discuss his homework, and it was later revealed that Philip followed her into the school bathroom where he attacked her. After attacking her and R-ing her, Philip took Colleen's body into the woods near the school where he attempted to hide what he had done. After Colleen went missing, school surveillance footage showed Philip following her into the bathroom and later leaving with suspicious items. This led to an immediate search, and he was quickly caught later that evening. Philip was found walking on the highway carrying items connecting him to the crime. Now I'm going to go ahead and play the footage right here without stopping, and you'll see that he's running around the school, and I don't know that does he not know he's on camera? I don't know, but once again, we're glad that these people that hurt people are dumb, because that way they get caught. But I'm going to go ahead and play this video in full, and then we'll discuss it afterwards. Now, as you can see in that footage, like I had mentioned, he's running all over the place, and he's just, I don't know what he's doing. At one point there, you can see that he's actually, one of his friends, he's trying to usher him away from the bathroom. That's why he kind of jogs away, and then his buddy's kind of like puts his arms out like, what's going on? He didn't understand, but he's trying to keep him away from the bathroom. But as you can see, he's just all over the place. He doesn't even know what he's doing. But the fact that he's able to get a trash can and wheel it all the way down the street without anybody really paying much attention, that's pretty crazy. Now, once Philip was arrested, more details about the crime came out. Investigators learned that Philip had been carrying a box cutter, which he used in the attack. Now, during his trial, his defense attorneys claimed that he was suffering from mental health issues, which may have contributed to his actions. However, the evidence was strong, and in 2016, Philip Chisholm was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole up to 25 years. This was a big relief to Colleen's family and the community, but nothing would ever bring Colleen back. Yeah, so it's good that they convicted him and they gave him the 25, but you're not going to give him the death or anything like that. I don't even know. I don't think they have the death penalty in Massachusetts, but he wouldn't get it anyway because he's a minor, but 25 to life, so 25 years before he's possibility of getting out. So it's hard to tell, and that's we'll see what happens, but that's the best they could have hoped for. It's really sad, and no one ever wins in these situations. So as in a lot of these cases, the family finds a way to stay strong and move on, and they usually start a foundation, and her family did the same thing. It's called the Colleen Ritzer Memorial Fund, which helps students who want to become teachers just like Colleen did. And every year there's a 5K race called Step Up for Colleen, which honors her legacy and raises money for the foundation. Now, Colleen's story reminds us that teachers can have an incredible impact on our lives, and they're very important. So we need to take care of them. We need to respect them because we definitely need good teachers, especially nowadays. Now, even after being arrested, Philip still could not behave himself, and he was recently convicted of those charges. Now, Philip is 25 years old now, and he pled guilty in a separate assault case in Suffolk Juvenile Court to attempted emming and kidnapping charges. The incident actually happened while he was in custody, awaiting the trial for the R-ing and K-ing of Colleen. The judge sentenced him to 17 to 20 years in state prison for the attack on the youth worker. Now, he'll serve that at the same time he's serving his emming sentence, which runs at least 30 years. So now he has those two charges together, and they're going to put them together, so he's going to serve that 25 years, and then we'll see what happens. But if he can't behave himself right after he's being arrested, then who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell because he is 14, and We have no idea what he's going to do by the time he gets to that 25 years. But this is a really, really sad case. Colleen was a great person, just trying to be a good teacher. And she was put through some horrible stuff. And I really feel sorry for her family. And I think it's really important that I do these videos because I want her word and her name to get out there and want people to remember who she was and not to forget them. Because sometimes we have a tendency of remembering the people that do the bad things, but not the people that have went through the bad stuff. So for Colleen Ritzer, this video is for you and your family. God bless you. And I hope that her family is able to move forward and stay strong. All right, so that's going to do it for this case. It's a very sad one. You know, Colleen was a great person, and she's no longer here because of some bad guy. And this seems to happen too much. It's really sad. This world can be really evil at times. So did you know about this case or not? I mean, have you heard of it before? Let me know what you think. I'm really interested. Put something down in the comments if you heard about it, didn't hear about it. If you learned something, hit that subscribe button, the like, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. I need all the feedback I can get so I know that I'm going in the right direction and I'm respect for these people and I'm doing good by them, because that's really important to me, is I get the word out there and to share their stories. All right. So with all that being said, until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember to always mind your surroundings. Bye.